Children of the Stones is often touted as the scariest children's TV show of all times. Produced by HTV rather than the BBC, everything about it is creepy. I'll be honest, I tried to get my son to watch it when he was much younger, and he couldn't even get past the opening titles, scary music and chanting at the start. Does it really deserve its moniker of the scariest children's TV of all time? Let's find out. Following the death of his wife, Avebury brings his son Matthew to the village of Millbury on a commission to study the magnetism of the standing stones which surround the village. It doesn't take long for them both to realise that this is no ordinary village. The village itself is run by Hendrik, the local landowner. The villagers are happy and docile, always saying "happy day," and appear to be under his control. The school Matt attends is split between genius children who are also happy dayers and the normal ones. There Matt meets Sandra, daughter of Margaret, the museum creator, who Adam also meets. Together they form an allegiance against Kendrick and the villagers who try to convert them to happy dayers. The background to this plot involves science, astronomy, psychic phenomena, pagan cults and time rifts, but it's never too fantastical. It's also incredibly complex, and please don't ask me to explain it to you, or start to cry. Children of the Stones was first broadcast in 1977 in 7 25-minute episodes on Monday afternoons from 4:45 p.m, starting on the 10th of January and finished on the 21st of February. It was repeated the following year, but hasn't been seen in its entirety on a UK TV or satellite since. Large parts of this series are filmed on location at Avebury in Wiltshire, and like Moondale we looked at previously, it's the location work that really makes this stand out. You know it's not a film set, the stones are real. Well, most of them. It's a complex mix of the supernatural, horror, science fiction, produced to standards higher than most adult television shows are today, let alone kids' TV. Somehow, I managed to miss Children of the Stones when it was first broadcast. I suppose in many ways that was a good thing, as it saved me from lots of sleepless nights. Or maybe I did see it and I've just blotted it out. Children of the Stones does what good kids' TV should do. It doesn't treat the audience like kids. It's a complex plot, but it never talks down to you. One of the strongest aspects of the series is the choral music and chanting used throughout. It's scary in exactly the same way that the music was in the film The Omen, made a year earlier. Sometimes the show seems to drag a little, but that just gives more of a chance to show off the wonderful views of the Stones at Avebury and play that music that haunted so many kids' dreams during the 1970s. Children of the Stones was written by Jeremy Burnham and Trevor Ray for HTV. A novelisation was released at the same time, and even now the book is still available. It was released on VHS in 1981, slightly edited, and a DVD release in 2002 and 2011, where surprisingly it received a 12 certificate. There's an audiobook of the novel available from 2014, read by Gareth Thomas. It was also re-envisaged, I think that's the term they use nowadays for ruining something, by the BBC in 2020 as an audio drama, which has a passing resemblance to the original, but to be honest, it just didn't work for me. There is a sequel to the novel available, written in 2014 by Jeremy Burnham and Trevor Ray again, in which Matthew and his son revisit Millbury to see his father, who now owns the manor. It's revealed in this, by the way, that he did marry Margaret, so there was a happy ending eventually. It's on my list of books to read as well. I even managed to find online a 12-inch action figure of Hendrik, and also a 12-inch final release of the music by the Ambrosian Singers. I must apologise in advance, by the way, but I always thought that Peter Deming, who played Matt Brake, was a little bit wooden, in the way that child actors often are, although he was 17 when this was recorded. But he did enough throughout to be convincing enough. He didn't have a massive career in front of a camera. This was definitely his biggest role. The photo shown is reputed to be him, but I can't confirm this. Peter is now a full-time union rep working in London. Gareth Thomas, who played Adam Brake, was already a TV regular by the time he appeared in Children of the Stones. Of course, he's best remembered for the role of Rog Blake in Blake 7. Sadly, he passed away in 2016 at the age of 71. Ian Cuthbertson was totally sinister as Hendrik. He was never over the top and gave a superb performance. For the older ones out there, he will be Charlie Endell Esquire from the TV series Budgie. And for the younger ones, he'll be the Scunner Campbell in Supergram. Veronica Strong, who plays Margaret, the museum creator and Sandra's mother, was also married to the writer of the series Jeremy Burnham. I always thought it was a bit strange that she didn't leave with Adam at the end of episode 7. She was in various TV series during the 60s and 70s, but this was without doubt her biggest role. Catherine Levy, who plays Sandra, appeared in a number of shows, but again this was her biggest role. She has since moved away from being in front of the camera and is now an executive producer, director of business TV. All the exterior shots were filmed at the village of Avebury in Wiltshire. It's only 24 miles drive from Stonehenge and is well worth a visit, spending several hours wandering around and touching the stones. Yeah, I said touching the stones. Unlike Stonehenge, you can get up close to all the stones, touch and feel them, and for a fraction of the price of a more famous tourist attraction. It's a National Trust property, but not heavily commercialised. I arrived at 3 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon in late summer, and it only cost me £4 to park up. To be honest, you need a good 2 or 3 hours to fully appreciate the stones, the village and the landscape. I think you'll spend longer there than you probably would at Stonehenge. I've been several times and I've added a video I made previously showing my photos of the stones at the end of this video. Children of the Stones probably won't be for everyone. It's complex and has many layers. But as a children's TV show, it is superb. Of course, it's the outside scenes that really make this series work, and the director knows this, zooming in at any angle possible on the Stones whenever he can. The adult roles are played excellently by good actors, and the kids try hard throughout. So is this the scariest kids TV show ever made? Hell yes it is. Until next time, happy day.